Welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, for the Copa del Rey quarter-final stage, where all of a sudden, in this competition, we've gone from facing a third division team to suddenly, it's gotten really serious. Right here, we are going to be coming up against genuinely one of the most informed teams in world football right now. It is Barca versus Real Sociedad, and this is a big test. This is a real test here, and we are about to find out if once again, in a big game, in a big cup competition, can we raise our level? Will we see the best version of Barca? We are going to be discussing everything to come here today, so come on and let's do it. Because once again, today's big match preview is coming to you courtesy of the Forza Football app, where we're all counting down ahead of this Copa del Rey clash. You can stay updated there with the latest news, the stats, and you can build your own lineups. And I really do like the way that this looks here. Very clean. You've got all the players to choose from. Interested to see who your picks would be for this game. And by downloading the Forza Football app, there's also these great lock screens available there, showing you the next fixtures and also the live scores during games. You can see here one from back in the World Cup and also from the recent Clásico, and I think that there looks absolutely fantastic. If you do want to download the app, please do follow the link in the description below. That will really help the channel, and I really do think it will be of use to you guys. But if we do move on to the match preview itself, which today is coming to you a little bit earlier than usual, I really hope that you guys don't mind that. The reason is, on Tuesday I'm actually going to be travelling to the Netherlands, and I do know there's plenty of Dutch Barca fans on the channel here, and I cannot wait to visit your country for the very first time. So I hope you don't mind me bringing this early today, because I wanted to do it. I didn't want to miss this preview, because I think this game here, this matchup, it's so important, and it is a really, really intriguing game. Barca Sociedad, Camp Nou, Wednesday night, 9 PM local time. And remember, guys, this is going to be decided over one leg. This is a one-leg shootout, everything on the line, no room for error, and it's not going to be easy. But elsewhere, at the quarter-final stage of the Copa del Rey, we will have a Madrid derby to look forward to. That's going to be coming the day after our game on Thursday, live from the Santiago Bernabeu. And what that, of course, means is that one of those teams are going to be heading out at the quarter-final stage. And I think, again here, for Xavi and this Barcelona team, it's a great opportunity. We all saw in the Super Cup there a team that were really hungry for success, who wanted that trophy under their belts, and here again, it's another great chance to take another step forward, to keep building with this young team, and it's simply going to be a case here of, come on, let's keep winning. Because if we do take a look at the league form heading into this match, take a look at what our opponents have been doing throughout this season, because it's safe to say that Real Sociedad have done a significant amount of winning themselves. They are in third place right now, and not just in third, but comfortably there. They are comfortably ahead of Atletico Madrid right now. They've had an outstanding season, 12 wins from their 18 games so far. They've been scoring goals and looking good in defence as well. And I think when you're talking about confidence, about momentum, about winning matches, Real Sociedad, they're on fire right now. They are flying high. Their victory at the weekend against Rayo, that extended their winning run to 9 games. 9 wins in a row. That stretches back there into last year. And this is a serious team. And of course we have already faced them so far this season. Quite a few months it was ago now, at the start of the season there at the Anoeta. And even in that game, it was a really tight one there. Not much to separate the two teams for large periods of that game, and it was actually an inspired Ansu Fati at the Anoeta there. He came off the bench, 2 assists and a goal. Wonderful performance from him, but unfortunately for Ansu, I think after a very difficult performance against Getafe, he's likely now going to have to settle for coming off the bench again, unlikely to retain his starting role in this one. And I thought he was quite an isolated figure against Getafe on Sunday. Wasn't really able to make the ball stick in that central role, wasn't really able to create any sort of danger that you'd hope for from him, and I am starting to just wonder there whether that centre-forward role, I know that he can play there, but I'm not really sure that right now it seems to be suiting him. But it wasn't just Ansu, of course, who on Sunday suffered a difficult game. I thought right the way through the team, Barca as a whole were quite unconvincing, quite underwhelming, and even Xavi after the match, he admitted that. He said, we have not been good against Getafe. We didn't attack well, but we did defend well. He said it's difficult to attack against a low block. We have to improve a lot. We got the 3 points without actually playing well. And I'm glad to see there Xavi having some awareness to actually hold his hands up and say, okay, that performance wasn't good. I think he's alluding there to the fact that against teams like Getafe, who sit so deep, it is never ever easy for any Barcelona team. We've always struggled against teams like that. But that is also why this game is so intriguing, because when you're looking at Real Sociedad and their expected shape there in their team, they're not going to be like that at all. They are not going to be sitting in here at the Camp Nou soaking up pressure and putting in a deep block. They're going to do very similar to what they did in their home stadium. They are going to look to press us very, very high. They're going to get the fullbacks high there. And what they have is a real presence here in midfield. They're going to have 4 players quite narrow in the field. Keep a very close eye on Zubimendi. Xavi is a massive, massive fan of him. We all know about the creative abilities of David Silva. Brais Mendes is a tremendously underrated player, I think, in La Liga. And also up front here, you've got Sorloth, who's been amongst the goals this season. Kubo, of course, the former La Masia player. That could also easily be Oyarzabal if he is ready to start this game. And Merino has been struggling with injury. But Real Sociedad have such quality, and they will be fearless in the way that they go at us, that they try and win the ball back. But of course, in doing that, what that always means is if you can evade that press, if you can get around them, there should be spaces that Barca can exploit. Because when we do turn our attention to Xavi's team then coming into this game, we do have a few injury concerns. You know, Frenkie or Araujo, both of those two did not feature again against Getafe. But the good news on that is that it did only seem to be as a precaution. After the game, Xavi quite clearly said Araujo and Frenkie could have played against Getafe, but they were not at 100%. He said we preferred to rest them in that game. So that sounds to me there like there's not a serious issue, that I think they're going to be involved with this one, and maybe even were rested to be absolutely ready to face Real Sociedad. I think it was also a similar story too with Andreas Christensen. He came off at half-time there. That was a bit of a surprise, and I think a big loss. When he went off for Barca, we were certainly not as strong and not as composed defensively, but Xavi said there that although he was replaced because of discomfort, he thinks he will be ready for the next game, and that should leave us with plenty of options. Because for me, I will say it in yet another video, and I will keep banging on about this defence, but I think it has to be those 4 in our back line. Ter Stegen, of course, between the sticks, and ahead of him, Koundé at right back, Araujo back in the team, alongside of Christensen, with Alejandro Balde at left back. Remember, of course, Balde, he had a brilliant performance at the Anoeta against Real Sociedad. That, for me, was when he really started to announce himself as a Barca senior player, so I really want to see him playing, and he can do damage in a game like this. I think in midfield, I think the time has come in a game like this. We've spoken about Real Sociedad's midfield. We've got to match them up just like we did against Real Madrid. So that means 4 players in there. Sergio Busquets alongside Frenkie, because Busquets needs a partner. He was certainly not the same level against Getafe when he was there on his own. You have to surround him with bodies, and then Pedri and Gavi ahead of them, giving those 2 freedom. Another goal, of course, at the weekend for Pedri. He can do damage with those forward runs, and then with Lewandowski back, that is a very, very welcome bonus there to have him leading our attack. And you've got Dembele alongside him. And of course that shape there can be flexible. You can move Dembele out to the right-hand side there. He can go 1 versus 1 against the fullback. He can really stretch that Real Sociedad defence, and Gavi can drift out to the left. But I think it's a really strong team. And I think this is the team here that in a game like this, just like against Real Madrid, it's our strongest lineup. Let's go into this game, let's provide that intensity again, and let's get a big win. So that there, guys, is the breakdown on the Copa del Rey quarter-final against Real Sociedad. For me, it is an important one. It is a significant moment again. We keep talking about these moments, and we have to keep capitalising on the chances in these cup competitions. Let's keep going forward now. Let's keep going for these trophies. And I am really interested to know that ahead of a big game like this against a top-quality opponent, how would you line up in this game? What would you say say is Chaffee's strongest team right now available to him? Do let me know there in the comments. And also, if you do download the app and you want to build your own lineup, you can send them in to me on my social media. I'll certainly take a look and give a comment on your lineups. I'm really looking forward to this one, and I will catch you there once I've arrived in the Netherlands for the match review. Thank you for watching, guys, for all of your support here. I hope you enjoyed the video as always, and I will be seeing you very soon. But until next time, though, as always, Visca El Barça!